Welcome to 405 remember, of the Pittsburgh Nerd Podcast. I'm Sean.
And I'm Ian, and this is the only podcast that's sleepy.
That's sleepy? Oh, no, not sleepy. Hold your ground. Hold your ground. Sons of Gondor, of Rohan, my brothers. I see in your eyes the same fear that would take the heart of me. A day may come when the courage of men fails, when we forsake our friends and break all of our bonds of fellowship. But it is not this day. An hour of wolves and shattered shields, when the age of man comes crashing down. But it is not this day. This day we fight by all that you hold dear on this good earth. I bid you, stand, men of the West.
Good shit.
That's good. Fucking. I watched.
I get chills.
Well, because I was inspired by, the Ring of Power. I watched the extended version of the Fellowship of the Ring.
Nice.
The 3-hour, 48-minute version of that fucking thing. Like, I dedicated a day to the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I've watched it before.
You know, and I kind of, like, there are some moments that are, like, I hate to say it, like, but there are some moments where, like, the special effects do not hold up. I mean, what, that came out 2000?
Yeah. No.
99?
No. After that, I think.
2001?
Maybe 2001. Because Lisa and I saw it in the theater.
Right. I mean, I remember, like, I was engaged to Renee, or I was dating Renee. Mm-hmm. And her sister and her sister's boyfriend came home. Like, yeah, we saw that Ring movie. I'm like, Fellowship of the Ring. Like, yeah. I'm like, oh, what'd you think? Like, oh, it's awful. I'm like, what do you mean it's awful? What was wrong with it? Because I hadn't seen it yet. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what do you mean it's what turned you off? Like, it doesn't have an ending.
Oh my god.
Like, what do you mean it doesn't have an ending? Like, yeah, the two little people just leave. Like, well, that's how the book ends.
Yeah.
What? It's based off a book? I'm like, oh my god, who the fuck are you people? Yeah, the Lord of the Rings was written by J.R.R. Tolkien. You know, and this is how the first book ends. Well, they should have thought of something better.
Wow. I'm
like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You don't realize there's 2 more movies coming, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, we're not gonna see them. I'm like, oh my god, people are idiots.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Because that was a fine piece of movie making there. At least I thought so.
I do too. But there are some things where, like, you do watch it now, especially in high definition, and you're kind of going, ooh, that didn't hold up. That special effect didn't hold up at all.
Yeah.
You know, and then there's some that you're like, ooh, that still looks really fucking good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was just a technology at the time, but, like, especially with being computer generated, though, like, it's, I don't want to say it took me out of the movie, because it didn't, but it did give me that moment of, like, ugh, you know. Like, the cave troll did not look good at all. When they go to Moria.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that cave troll looked bad.
Yeah.
You know. Like, when it's like throwing people around, you're like, oh, that doesn't look good at all. Mm-hmm. You know? So there was some stuff I was like, oh, that looked bad. But, I mean, there's other stuff that, like, you know, looks fucking amazing. Like, there's it's like a crane shot or like a drone shot of, like, when Sauron is, like, you know, he's birthing the Uruk-hai.
Yeah.
And, like, it starts it comes down from the sky and it goes into, like, the crevasse and, like, through, like, the inner workings of, like, this, whatever this is that he's built.
Yeah.
You know, there's, like bridges and there's people being whipped. And it looks amazing.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, wow, this, and it's all, you could tell it's all computer generated, but it looks fucking amazing.
Yeah.
You know, and then it comes down and there's, you know, Sauron is Christopher Lee, and you're like, oh shit, that's a bad motherfucker. You know.
I always thought that Gandalf scene, "You shall not pass." That whole, I like that scene.
Yeah, that still held up.
Yeah.
But because you don't see a ton.
Yeah. No.
Like the Balrog, you don't see because he's still in shadow and everything. I mean, you see him, but you don't, so it doesn't look as bad. Like a cave troll just looked bad.
I love that part. I love that part of that movie.
Oh, it's great. It's a great part, but like for just like a split second, I was just like, ooh.
Oh, not that part.
Oh,
I do like that.
The Balrog. Yeah.
Yeah, especially when what's his name knocks the boat.
Oh yeah.
But I like that scene with Gandalf. I like his quote in quotes death.
Yeah.
I thought that was run, you fool.
Yeah.
So fucking good.
It is. It is. It's really fucking good.
Like it like grips you too, because you're like, and every time I watch it, I was like, well, maybe that fucking whip won't come up and get him this time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nah, there it is. Fuck.
Amazing.
But Uriah's is more powerful.
Yes. Yeah, it was such a great film.
It is. It really is.
And the second one is just so good.
It is. Oh yeah.
So good. I think better than the third. There were moments in the third that I absolutely loved. But I loved all of the second.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Like I the second is the superior movie of the three. Like that's the one that deserved the Academy Award. I mean,
Yeah, agreed.
The battle at Helm's Deep and everything it kind of like, went into that.
Yeah.
Like that, I mean, that's like half that fucking movie.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? From the time they, you're just like, wow, this night is never gonna fucking end. This is crazy.
Uh-huh.
And when the sun rises in the east, I shall be there.
Yeah, and the writers are right.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a badass moment.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. But anyway. That's like the first Hobbit movie. I loved it.
Yeah.
The first one I loved. I did.
Yeah.
I like that whole part. I like them all being treed and at the end. I just love that whole thing. That's why I like Fellowship so much, because everyone's kind of getting together.
Right. And it's even like that great moment. I forgot it was in there because it's been forever since I watched any of these movies. But like because in the
Death of Boromir.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But
Anyway.
there's that moment like after Frodo got stabbed by the Nazgul.
Yeah.
And they're racing to get him to Elfland, and or Riverdale, Rivendell, not Riverdale.
Yeah, Rivendell.
Rivendell, and like they're stopping, and like the Hobbit's like, "Look, Frodo, it's the trolls that your Uncle Bilbo told us all about." Like I forgot that was there.
Oh, is that in there? I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't.
Yeah, like there's a like a brief moment where like, and it's like it's cut from the original cut. But it's in the extended version because it's the point where Aragorn's looking for the gillyweed, the put in there.
Oh, to put in the wound.
To put in the wound, and that's when Arwen shows up. So it's like that moment. But like there's this moment where like the hobbits are like, "Look, Frodo, it's the fucking trolls your uncle told us about. He wasn't full of shit."
Yeah.
Holy hell! What else wasn't he lying about?
I think what's so good about, and we won't go on too much further with it, but I think what was so good is there's all these like storylines, that just melded for a good movie.
Yeah.
I mean, you had the Hobbits, and their storyline, and then that broke off to Pippin and Merry. Then you had their storyline, and then you had Sam and Frodo's storyline, and then you had. Of course, Strider's storyline.
Right.
And, Gimli and Legolas.
Yeah.
That storyline.
Right.
And I just thought that it was just pretty cool. I wish they would have went into a little bit more when they went into the Mines of Moria with Gimli.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you could see how sad he was and da-da-da, but they never really explored that too much.
Yeah.
Which
even the extended version, they kind of don't.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's fucking 3-hour fucking movie.
Almost 4.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, like, but like, there wasn't really any takeaways. I loved it.
Yeah.
I did.
Like I love the original cuts, like the movie versions. I absolutely appreciate their masterpieces. The extended versions just build on that. Like, and the thing with the extended versions though is you have to want that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it's a lot of Lord of the Rings.
I know. It's my family hates it.
Yeah, I mean
they like Lord of the Rings, but
yeah,
not anymore.
Yeah, that's 16 hours of, you are digging in for that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, it's such good shit. And I mean, like, it brings me to the Ring of Power, and I watched episode 3. Fuck, that was good.
It's good.
There's a lot going on, and it's interesting. It's like there's a lot of foreshadowing, and which is what you expect in a prequel.
Yeah.
But I mean, like a lot of it, I'm just like sitting there going, "Oh, this is where shit goes down.
Yeah.
This is when this happens. Oh, okay."
Yeah. I like the introduction of the Lannisters.
Other show. I'm talking
Sorry.
Ring of Power. Yeah,
I was thinking of. Sorry,
you're thinking House of the Dragon. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
which is confusing. I do the same thing sometimes. I'm like, well, what? No, wrong show.
Yeah. I say wrong. I'm sorry. We're on Ring of Power. Yeah. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
This is where shit goes down.
Yeah.
The whole dwarf scene. No, I mean the whole elf scene was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm like, and kind of unbelievable at the same point. I'm like, okay, they got captured by orcs, but they're elves, and like, I'm sure they can get out of this situation. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I kind of wasn't seeing. I mean, part of me was like, this is a great scene, and the whole thing was good.
Right.
But at the same point, it's just kind of like,
they are painting as a very dire situation.
Yeah.
Like that they're in, like, and and it's like, how are they going to get out of this? Like, the tree line is way off, and they've got people out there, like, and I like how, I mean, like, the goblins have a sun issue, and I like how they're like, cloaking themselves and stuff to like, there's a lot of good stuff going on in this show.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, there was that.
Galadriel, her story at the island with the dude who's going to be king.
Yeah.
I was like, there was a little part of me that was like,
Yeah. I was like, really, this old chestnut.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
oh, we're going there again.
I mean, he even looked like Strider looking through the bars at one point.
Yeah.
I'm like, are we telling the story over again? But I like his backstory. I understand where he's coming from.
Right.
But it was like, there was parts when he was looking, I was like, wow. I mean, I know you're not Viggo Mortensen and you don't look like him at all, but there are some points where you look like, you remind me a lot of him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And in the fight, we could see.
Right. But that was like the thing, like when she's like, you're the man who is meant to be king, I'm like,
Yeah, don't say that.
Come on, no.
Just rephrase that.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's like saying Han Solo should have been the Emperor.
Yeah. Well, there's also, like, I don't understand. I mean, like, we're pretty convinced that's Gandalf.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And I like how they've put that in. I like... It will be interesting to see this person as Gandalf once he starts speaking more than friend.
Right.
I'm curious. And that storyline I'm really, really drawn to. Like, I don't know why, but Arwen is kind of, or not
Galadriel.
is kind of boring me at this point. I know.
Well, I think what's boring about it is just the fact that she's kind of like the detective putting the pieces of the puzzle together to prove herself right.
Right, I know.
You know, I'm sure that's going to pick up. But, like, you're right. Like, the Harfoots and Gandalf are very interesting. That storyline I'm finding.
And I like, and I'm probably on this podcast saying that this is before Gandalf.
Yeah.
I like the Harfoots. I am drawn to these people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I finally figured out who she reminds me of. I kept looking at her and I'm like, God, she reminds me of somebody, and I just could not. I could not place it.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I've been watching this thing for weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Since it's come out, and I could not place it. And she reminds me of, I think, the elfin legend.
Okay, yeah. I can see that, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just the way she looks sometimes,
yeah.
the hair.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from there, yeah.
And I finally pieced that together, and I was like, maybe that's why I like it so much. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, some people will tell you Legend's one of the worst movies ever made.
Oh, I am not in that boat.
I know, but it reminds me of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really drawn to that storyline. I like how the society works. I like how they hide. I like their mantra. I like their religion. I'm all in with these people. Like, I get it. You know, like,
right.
If you can't travel or hide, then you're done.
Right. And even like the shaman at one point, like, because she's like, well, he fell from the stars. It's like, I've heard of people going up to the stars and never coming back.
Right.
So that's kind of an interesting aspect to it.
Yeah.
You know.
So, yeah, we'll see. So, I don't know where this positions, because by this time, I mean, I know little, but I know some. But what's her name should be married at this point, right?
Who? Galadriel?
Yeah, she should be married.
I don't know. Because I feel like
they've always hinted, like, in the rings, there was a strong connection between, you know.
Right.
But I don't think.
Because I feel like this is like the first age. And art, like the
Isn't this the second age?
Maybe it's the second age. And the ring, like Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit takes place in the third age.
But Gandalf's like 7,000 years old.
Yeah.
And so is she.
Yeah.
Well, she's actually, I think, older than... Well, I don't know which one's older.
Right.
But they're both from the beginning of time.
Right. So I'm not quite sure either, but I'd have to go back and look to see if it's...
me saying Gandalf is that old, not necessarily on Middle Earth.
Right.
But he's that old.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean, like, are they going to go that route? Like, are they going to go to that romantic whatever that was?
At some point, like in season 2 or season 3.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be a point where all these people meet up.
Yeah, exactly. At some point, like, all these stories have to converge.
Correct. And I'm hoping it's just not at the end of the show.
Yeah. Like, see, episode 8 is when they all get together. I'm hoping it's done by episode 5.
Right.
You know.
I mean, like, I want them to get together.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm ready for Gandalf to wear gray robes and a hat.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready. And I know Gandalf was meant to look old.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that he was 80 years old, but he was meant to look that old.
Right.
So he would, blend in with people.
Right.
But, man, as soon as I saw that thing come down and I saw that body, I was like, dude, that's Gandalf. I don't care what.
Yeah.
I don't care what any of y'all are saying online.
Yeah.
And I might be proven wrong.
Yeah.
But I was like, if you look at those eyes and you look at the height of that body,
yeah,
that's fucking Gandalf.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's him.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, especially by the eyes.
Yeah. As the first, and when he was talking to the lightning bugs, like, I mean, that's a Gandalf thing.
Yeah,
yeah. Like, it felt like...
I know, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was such a, like... He was like...
Yeah.
I was like, Gandalf, my old friend.
Yeah.
Because I like Gandalf. I thought he was a cool character.
Right.
and like that bond he has, and this makes sense. This bond he has with the hobbits.
Yeah, it has to start somewhere.
And this is the beginning point.
Why would he go to Bilbo Baggins?
Yeah, why would he even like bother them?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right.
But he senses that kindness.
Your love of the halfling leaf has blinded you. Yeah. What can I say? I like to get high. So do they.
He blows a circle and Gandalf blows a ship through it.
Yeah.
I blows something through it.
Ship. That was a ship, yeah. Like, motherfucker.
Fucking the goat.
Yeah.
See this guy in bed.
Yeah.
Nah, it's good, man. So far, I've liked it. I know there's people that hate it. I don't give a fuck.
I mean,
I like it, and I am a fan. I am a fan of Tolkien. I'm not an expert.
Let's address the elephant in the room. The people who hate it only hate it for one reason.
No, I know.
And there's such thing as a black elf. Who the fuck are you to determine that?
And who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Precisely.
Who the fuck cares? No one.
No one at all.
No one.
No. Like, I mean,
I just don't understand it. It's just like, really? That's where we've gone?
Yeah.
I just, nah.
Like, it is gatekeeping at its absolute worst. You know?
Just let the story follow itself.
Right.
Just watch it. And if you're going to pick on it, if you got to give it those levels,
yeah,
then it's probably a pretty good TV show.
Yeah.
If that's what you have to pick on,
yeah. Like if you're choosing not to watch the show because there's a person of color in a prominent role, and that's not what they're supposed to look like. It's fucking fantasy. Elves do not exist. How the fuck do you know what an elf looks like?
Do not exist.
Yeah. Like, I hate to break this to you, but you are splitting straws on people who do not exist in the real world.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
so weird. Anyway.
So yeah, I mean that shit just cracks me up. And then, I mean that to me that ranks right up there with the people who were bitching about, you know, She-Hulk twerking in the last episode, and then people were bitching about Wong dancing to the Sopranos theme this past episode. Do you not know how to have fun? Right.
I mean, that show is you're meant to have fun.
Yeah.
This
isn't a serious show. This is a kind of a mind break before we get to like fucking Secret Invasion and shit that's gonna, you know, just blow your mind. This is meant to be like, relax, have some fun. We're having a good time with this character.
Hulk out.
Yeah. You know, I mean, like, people are like going nuts, and meanwhile, like, there are 101 examples of like Marvel having her doing worse shit in the comic books than twerking with Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you know what I mean?
She-Hulk was not a good comic, as far as my concern. My reading, it just wasn't that great of a comic.
She was more interesting when she was with the Avengers than she was on her own. And right. It was always my thought. Right. Like, I read a great series where like she does go like Red Skull has poisoned her, and like she goes Banner,
nice,
like with the She-Hulkness, you know, and you know, the Avengers have to go in and try to corral her and shit, and you know she's full blown Hulk.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh shit, that was a very interesting story, but like most of the time, like, you know, her tongue was clearly in her cheek with most of her stories.
Yeah.
You know, I never got into it. She was breaking the third wall before Deadpool ever did.
Yeah.
You know, it's like all the stuff that they're talking about with like She-Hulk, like, oh, this is Marvel just trying to be woke, and this is Marvel ruining it. Fuck, dude. Relax, have some fun. If you don't like the show, I get that. It's not for everybody.
Right.
It's far from my favorite, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it's good.
You know.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it too.
Yeah, but I mean, like overall, like if you said to me, "Oh, I don't like the whole the storylines that they're telling, with it being like a lawyer show with a superhero," I don't dig that. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah.
But the nitpicking that people are doing about like the little thing, like you need to get a fucking life.
It's good to see Tim Roth, though.
Yeah, it's good to see Tim Roth. Yeah. He's always welcome anytime.
Yeah, that was such a good, like, I don't know. It was such a good thing to do. You know what I mean? Like,
my favorite part of it was, well, Mr. Wong, you've broken several laws by breaking him out of prison. And Wong's like, I have to go. Fucking scoots.
Yeah.
Like,
I also like the part too where Hulk. He said it was a lot different back then.
Yeah. Yeah, that was so funny.
Yeah. That was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's a good show. I really enjoyed the Hulk parts. I didn't think I would, but I did.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a huge fan of Smart Hulk, but
yeah,
he's growing on me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I think some of the CGI is bad in some points.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and defend some of the CGI because
some of it is bad.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. Hearing him talk, period, is good. I mean, whether he's Hulk or whether he's not Hulk.
Right, but like,
I mean, he's a good actor.
Right. I mean, having Ruffalo on for, like an episode and a cameo was cool. Tim Roth, always feel like, and like him to be like, yeah, these are my soulmates.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like so weird.
Like the whole thing, because what I was expecting like from Blonsky was not this.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. This is pretty funny. I'm digging this. And then 2 episodes with Wong.
Yeah.
That was fun. When he pulls her into the theater and all the demons are attacking, she's like, what do you want me to do? He's like, I don't know, be a Hulk. Like, oh, that.
I like Wong.
Oh, I love Wong. I mean, I would, I want to say like I would love to watch a Wong TV show, but I think the doses you get of Wong are just right.
Yeah.
Like I think if you gave us too much, it'd be like, oh, come on, Wong.
Yeah, it'd be too much.
Yeah. But he's a great side character.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah. Anyway.
So yeah, I like She-Hulk.
And then there was House of Dragon.
Yeah. Oh, was that good?
That was. That ending, we were talking about before we hit record. Yeah. The ending of that last episode was just so fucking...
Oh, he pulls him out in half, man.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The only thing that drives me nuts about that is... It was like, they were having that council and they're talking about like, it's no point having dragons because they just go in these caves and hide. And, we can't get to them. We need to draw them all out. And it's like, well, why didn't you come to that conclusion like, I don't know, 2.5 years ago?
Right.
Like, it's been 3 years of you getting your ass handed to you.
Right.
And then it takes a letter from his brother saying, hey, I'm sending help because I hear you're getting your ass kicked. For Matt Smith to be like, well, fuck this.
Yeah.
Execute plan A. What?
Yeah.
That was the only thing. As cool as the scene is, as cool as the battle is, the dragon strafing, like everything was involved with it. So badass. It was just like this thing of like, it's taken you 2.5 years to work up the sack to do it, and it took a letter from your brother, the king, to tell you, hey, I hear you're getting your ass beat. I'm sending help.
Yeah.
Because clearly you had the plan all along. You knew what was going on.
Right.
You knew what you needed to do. But yeah, it was badass that he chased him into that cave. And I love you didn't see it.
Yeah.
I love you didn't see the fight between the two of them. Just him walking out with like half his body.
Yeah. Covered in fucking blood.
Yeah.
I didn't need to see it.
No.
We'd seen enough.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we didn't need to see this final battle.
Right.
But it was definitely good.
Yeah.
But I did find myself wanting to fast forward through certain parts. Do you know what I mean? Like,
oh, yeah.
And I know I can't, so I have to sit there and watch the fucking thing. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I can't because I'll miss something.
Like, the whole thing with, like, his hunt, the king's hunt, was, like, so annoying.
Yeah. I mean, I was interested in her and Sir whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy from the King's Guard.
Yeah.
And their story. And at the end, like, they see the white heart. Mm-hmm. And he goes to, like, kill it. She's like, no. Let it be.
Yeah.
You know, like, she knows, like, that's the king of the forest. Let him go.
Yeah.
You know, that was, like, a badass moment. And, like, it was just, like, this thing.
And I also liked when she walked back in.
Yeah.
Fucking all bloodied up and shit.
Yeah.
And her fucking liege carrying the fucking hog she fucking killed. Or he killed.
They killed.
She really ended it.
Yeah.
But which you saw a little bit of psychiness there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, that was bad.
That was a badass. And, like, even, like, Jason Lannister is like, maybe I don't want to marry her.
Correct.
Maybe that shit ain't worth it.
Correct.
You know?
Yeah. Because she's badass.
Yeah.
And she's kind of like that. She's the, you know. Oh, Stark.
Danny's. The little girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of her name. God forbid. I'm sure Otter right now is blowing a gas.
I think it's Daisy Ridley who plays her.
No, it wasn't Daisy Ridley.
Who's Daisy Ridley?
Daisy Ridley's not in Game of Thrones.
Who's Daisy Ridley?
Rey from Star Wars. Yeah.
What's her name? Maisie?
Yeah. Maisie Williams.
Maisie Williams. See, I was on
yeah.
the right target. Track.
Yeah. Stay on target.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's gonna drive me nuts. I'm not gonna look it up though. I can't. There's Sansa. There's fucking Ned. No, I'm just kidding. I always called him Ned. The fucking wheelchair kid.
Yeah.
I can't stand him. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
But she reminds me of her.
Yeah.
I think she's... I just think they're all twisted up. Because eventually they just start marrying each other, right?
Yeah, I mean, and it's already like somebody like says like, here's the resolution to your problem.
Well, the hand, or whatever the guy is.
Yeah.
The king's hand, right?
No, he doesn't mention it.
Oh, I swear it was him.
Maybe it was him. Yeah.
They were sitting down having tea or something.
I thought the hand wanted him to have her marry the sea snake's son.
That was the second option.
Okay.
The first option was his.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
His
So
grandson.
okay. Yeah. So there's the other guy because he's like, let me guess. You want my daughter to marry your son? And she's like, no, sir. You don't want no part of our line. Yeah. But here's an option for you. You know, I thought that was interesting because like it's one of those deals where like he's a guy who sits on the small council, and he's a guy who you can tell isn't looking out for himself. Because if he was, he'd be like, yeah, oh yeah, my son, perfect. Mm-hmm. You know, and let me tell you why. But no, he's like, no. You need to secure shit, and here's how you do that.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, yeah, they all start marrying each other eventually, and that's what drives them all crazy.
Yeah.
All the fucking inbreeding that's going on.
Yeah. Not that the Lannisters are any better.
I know. Fucking took a trip to
the
Targaryens and got a hint.
But
well, they're doing it.
Yeah.
Or they did it.
Yeah.
There's none of them left now.
Yeah.
So anyway, I like. I guess and I like the king. There's parts of me that like him, and there's parts of me that hate him.
Yeah.
Like, I like the fact that he told her, go find your person.
Right. But I'm also not replacing you. You are my heir.
Right.
Like, that was like a cool moment because it was like, because her assumption's been all this time, well,
I'm beat. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the fucking point?
All right.
Unless you die today.
I just became Meghan Markle.
Yeah. Essentially.
Yeah.
And
that's my shot right now.
Yeah.
Getting this king.
Yeah. And instead, he's like, no, you're still going to be queen. You just need to find somebody then. Figure this shit out. Because I've been trying, and you don't want it, so you figure it out on your own.
Yeah, get ready, people, because there's going to be a lot of people to start dying here.
Yeah.
I mean, I think half the cast is probably going to die. So I'm just preparing people for the next 5 or 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Most half this cast, it's going to be like the Red Wedding. Or was it the Red Wedding?
Yeah.
Where they just killed half the cast.
Yeah, like when all the Starks died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be like that.
Yeah.
There's going to be major players dying. I'm
Yeah.
just warning everybody. But they don't know. But what's going to happen? I mean, I don't know.
Now here's the very interesting question. Here's the $1 million question. How long does Matt Smith last?
I don't know.
Because let's face fact. In the first season, the biggest name was Sean Bean.
Oh, yeah.
He was the focal character in the first season. He was the guy that you thought, well, this is who the show revolves around.
I thought for sure it was.
Yeah. And, spoiler alert.
And I didn't read the book, so I didn't know his course.
Right. I had read the book, and the character of Ned Stark, you're like, well, this is the main character. This is who this series is going to revolve. And by the end of the book, you're like, well, I guess not.
Right.
Who the fuck is the main character? So there's that. So it's like, to me, it's like, okay, you got Matt Smith. He's the biggest name in this series. How long does he last?
I know.
Because I'll be crushed. Right now, I'll be crushed if his character is dead by the end of season 1.
I know, and it's just, you should be hating on his ass so bad right now.
Yeah.
But you just can't. It's fucking Matt Smith. I just can't hate on him.
Yeah.
Because he's that good of an actor.
Yeah.
I mean, when you see him on screen, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
When I saw him on Morbius, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
It's great just seeing him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We watched him as the Doctor for all those years, and so to see him in movies, thank God.
Yeah.
And TV shows.
Yeah.
Finally.
Right.
It's like we don't see enough David Tennant.
Right.
David Tennant can hold his own in any movie he wanted to.
Right.
But no. No, I'm just kidding. But,
David Tennant would be awesome in Star Wars.
Yeah, he would.
I would love to see him as they do they take it into the future 100 years and he's like a grizzled Jedi.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he goes full Scottish accent the entire time.
Yeah,
whole time. There's no Americanizing it. No, he's full Scottish accent the entire time.
Yeah, why fuck with something great?
No, exactly.
Yeah, never understood that.
No.
But don't fuck with it. Just let him do his thing.
It would be even better, you bring back Peter Capaldi as well, you make him the villain,
yeah,
and he goes full Scottish accent as well.
Yeah.
Tremendous.
Green lightsabers, please.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know, man. I hope he doesn't go. Yeah, I mean, if they're following the same recipe. But I don't know how they can at this point because there's 3 heir apparents, right? There's the child, her,
And Matt Smith.
and yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't know either.
Dude, when he got off that fucking dragon,
Yeah.
and he just started pummeling that dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, he is fucking. This dude is off the hook.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, man.
Certifiable.
See, I thought he had something for what's her name. I mean, there's something there.
Yeah.
But.
For his niece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, if that's the man of choosing.
Well, technically, he is married.
Yeah, he is.
Like they mentioned in the first episode that, some bumble of a wife who he does not find attractive at all and would prefer the company of whores.
Right. But see, that's where she's getting all of her information.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to live like that.
Right.
I mean, she sees what's going on from her uncle.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
She sees people getting betrothed. Now she's a piece of meat. You know what I mean? Like, she's seeing all this and she's like, fuck this. All I want to do is ride my dragon.
Yeah.
No, for real.
Yeah.
Man, that's all she wants to do.
Yeah. I want to ride my dragon and keep the peace.
Yeah. And kill some things.
Yeah. If necessary.
You're right. But I don't think she's that good. I think there's a little bit of Nellie Olson in there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, and that's the thing. Like, I mean, none of these characters are, like, deep down.
None of them are good, actually.
Yeah. Like, it's not maybe the one guy who was like, yeah, you should marry her off to the Sneeze Snake's son, because that'll strengthen. Like, that may be the one guy who has, like, pure intentions, like, who, like, really cares about the crown.
Yeah. You're right. And he's probably you're right. You are correct. Because he's the only one that's showing true face.
Right. Like, everybody else is like, how can we manipulate this weak man?
Yes.
Like, from the hand, like, manipulating him, like, your wife's dead. Here's my daughter.
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, everybody's manipulating him.
Yeah. Like,
and it's driving him mad.
Right. And he kind of knows it, but, like, it's like everybody's manipulating him. So it's like... And, like, nobody... Like, you're right. Like nobody's, like, really good and noble. Like, at least, like, Ned Stark. Like, the Stark family was, like, noble.
They were.
Like,
well, sort of.
Pretty much.
The king we never saw again. But go ahead.
Yeah. But, like, but that's my point. Like, at least, like, Ned had, nothing but noble intentions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and went to his grave defending those noble intentions.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, in this show, like, you question everybody's motives. And I don't know if it's just because it's Game of Thrones, you're just at that point where it's like, that's what you do?
Yeah.
Or if it's like, I'm really like none of you have, like, real, like, are good people.
Nah. No, and none of them are.
Yeah.
And later on, it becomes more apparent. I read up a little bit on it, and they're like, I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one's safe.
Yeah.
Not even.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not even the wee ones.
Nah.
Yeah.
They're up for slaughter.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, it's that whole...
So, I don't know if I really want to watch it.
But I do, because, like, it's like, it becomes that thing of, like, minus the dragons, I feel like Game of Thrones is, like, that's how shit went down. Just because, like, people.
Yeah.
And people in power are awful.
Right. No
matter what age it's been.
Yeah.
Like with the exception of, like, King Arthur, who supposedly had nothing but, what was best for the kingdom at heart. Like, every other, like, empire, like, you look at it, you go, oh, these people were fucking awful.
Well, most of those empires fell.
Exactly. At some point. Much like the Tigerian Empire fell, So it's like that, but that's the thing of, like, that's what Game of Thrones is. And you, like, look at, like, the Ring of Power, which is, like, such the complete and total opposite.
Yeah.
Like, Gladriel's, like, her intentions are pure.
Yeah, they are.
You know, the Briarfoot. They're a pure people who just want to, do their thing, and even the elves are like, we just want what's good for the land.
Right.
Like all these people, like it's like, like I said, like Game of Thrones is like that uncle that'll take you to a titty bar when you're 19.
Yeah.
And like Ring of Power is like, that good uncle that'll take you to church on Sunday.
Yeah.
That's like the difference between the two. It's like night and day.
Well, you can definitely see the line drawn in the sand.
Yeah.
On Ring of Power.
Yeah.
With Thrones, it's like there's no lines.
No.
Next week a nursemaid might kill one of the children.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just kind of how it is.
It is.
You know what I mean? Hired by the sea snake.
Yeah. Or hired by assassins from the the free lands across the sea.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
One of the faceless.
Oh, the faceless. I forgot about them.
Yeah. I mean, there's all sorts of shit you like.
I forgot about the faceless.
Yeah.
They never went into that either.
All right, so it's exciting times.
It is.
It is. It's good TV. Getting better at Cobra Kai.
I haven't even finished the other
one. I haven't even started it yet.
Yeah.
I watched the Pitt game today, much to my dismay. But hopefully things will be better tomorrow.
Yes.
Tomorrow. Steelers Bungles.
Yes.
Can't wait.
I know. 1 p.m.
Yeah. It's going to be exciting. I'm just happy it's like NFL football season. I mean, college football is great. I enjoy it. But the NFL's here.
Right.
Like, Thad invited us. Like, I guess tomorrow he's going to the Renaissance Fair. He's like, let's do a P&P meetup. I'm like, it's fucking
Steelers Sunday.
Yeah, Steelers Sunday. I ain't, I ain't going.
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with you? Between Steelers and my fantasy football team, I got shit to do.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell you're doing.
You talk about football. Morgantown fans are crazy, man.
Oh, yeah.
Not crazy like bad. I'm just saying they got a football base there. I mean, I knew they always did, but holy shit. So I guess...
Yeah. I mean, they're like, I will give props where props are due. For years, Heinz Field holds like 70,000 people.
Yeah.
And for years...
That stadium wouldn't even...
Pitt
halfway fill up for a Pitt game.
Right. You'd be talking 30,000 people.
Yeah. Maybe.
Last week, it was a sellout, largest crowd ever at Heinz Field. And that's great. And I mean, and that's in part, I'm not going to deny it, West Virginia sells.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're telling me it was 75-25 WVU fans, I'm going to tell you you're full of shit. I'm going to tell you it was probably 60-40 Pitt fans.
Right.
And I've been to plenty of backyard brawls where it was 50-50.
Yeah.
I am not going to deny it for a second. So, and I don't know what their field holds. I mean, they sell out.
Yeah.
They don't have a problem selling out like, Pitt does.
No, not at all. And, their stadium's too small. I think it's smaller.
Yeah.
Of course.
I think it's 40,000.
Yeah, but...
somewhere in that range.
But
no matter how bad they are, and I mean, they've been bad for quite a few years. Since they went to the Big 12, they have not been good.
Mm-hmm.
They have not competed for titles. Their best records have been I think 7 wins.
Yeah.
They're not.
Well, put it in perspective. I mean, West Virginia, of course, does not have a professional NFL team.
Right.
Most of the NFL people there in that part of West Virginia are Steeler fans. A lot of them are.
Right.
When you get to the other side of West Virginia, and even PA, they lean toward Eagles in Baltimore. Closer you are to Maryland.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but I don't know how to put this in perspective. So the hospital there is a huge hospital.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I don't think that the hospital and the university are one.
No.
Do you know how UPMC is one with
University of Pittsburgh? Yeah.
University of Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
It is not like that at WVU.
Right.
I mean, the medical school and stuff like that, yes. Do you know what I mean? But,
right.
But what I'm saying is, like, the lot where visitors and patients and this huge parking lots in front of the hospital,
right,
is not owned by the hospital.
Okay.
It's owned by WVU.
Okay.
So on game day,
yeah,
that's all WVU parking.
Right.
That's not hospital parking.
Right.
Patients, visitors, whoever you are,
yeah,
cannot park in front of the hospital.
Right.
No.
Right.
Right. So, and what they do is there's like porta potties everywhere.
Yeah.
And like they bring in like RVs, these huge, massive RVs that you would see like people that travel on concert tours and stuff go.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And they're everywhere. And it's not just there. I mean, they fill up other lots everywhere. I mean, it's just.
But
it's crazy.
Like, I hate to say this, and I hate to say it this way, but that's real college football.
Yeah.
Like, Pitt is an anomaly because they don't have an on-campus stadium. They share a stadium with the Steelers. It's not in Oakland. It's down the North Shore. You know, so the environment is completely different. Where with most universities, and you know, West Virginia being one, Penn State being the other,
Ohio State,
Ohio
all those
State,
guys.
like it's all on campus. It's all like that. No matter what else is going on, this is all for football.
Yeah.
You know, and some of them, I mean, you know, Penn State, that's 100,000 people.
Yeah.
100. I think they're up to 123,000 in that stadium. Like on game day, that is the third largest city in the state.
Yeah.
On game day.
Yeah.
You know, Ohio State's the same way. Michigan is the same way. Like all these other schools, like it's the advantage that they have that like everything's on campus.
Yeah.
And like the thing like alumni want to do is they want to come and they want to spend the day on campus.
Right.
They want to reminisce. Like, hey, you remember when we fucking passed out over there? Remember when I was drunk over here? You know, so that's what they want to do. They want to come back to where they went to school. They want to tailgate. They want to be a part of the university. At Pitt, you don't get that. You have what's now very limited parking at the stadium, and you got to park somewhere else. Like tailgating is almost, and it's a sin in this town, in my opinion. It's almost a forgotten, like, religion.
Except for Steeler games.
But even for Steeler games, like...
Gold 1 and Gold 2 fill up.
Yeah, Gold 1 and Gold 2. But, I mean, like, for Pitt games, Gold 1 and Gold 2 fill up.
Yeah.
But, like I said, like, I don't have a Gold 1 or Gold 2 pass, so I don't get to tailgate. I've got to park somewhere downtown, or I've got to park over at the south side and take the boat over, or I'm taking the T over. You know what I mean? Like, that experience is completely lost.
Yeah, true.
You know, like, I remember we went to that one game with your buddy John. It was a Pitt, West Virginia game. Fucking Jared was waiting for us. He sat at the parking spot we were going to park at with the barrel.
Yeah.
You know, like, we just pulled in and tapped the keg.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that was a great day. You know, and you could do that because at that time there wasn't as much built up around the stadiums.
Right.
Now there's so much built up around the stadiums, you can't do that anymore unless you have Gold 1 or Gold 2.
Yeah, it's almost like they need to stop building just to get some parking lots and shit down there.
Right.
Because there's not a lot of parking lots.
But they don't want you parking down there anymore. They want you parking in town. They want you parking across. They want the T is the we discussed it. The T is like the preferred way to get to the stadium now. That's what they want you to do. So I mean, it's just that odd thing of like, as great as that is, there is something missing from from Steeler games too, like that experience of tailgating before a game. And it's even more so in college football, I think. Like that's like, at other stadiums, at other universities, that's something people look forward to.
Yeah.
Like,
well, some people don't even go into the game.
Yeah. No, they've got satellite TV to watch the game.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like this experience of like being on campus, setting yourself up with your big RV. You've got your grill. You've got all your food going. People are coming by. You're being social. It's an experience.
Drink fest.
Yeah.
You don't have to drive anywhere.
Right. And so, but we don't get that at Pitt because you don't have the option to really.
No, you don't. No, not at all.
And you never did. Like, that's the only thing. Like, where old Pitt Stadium was, you couldn't tailgate there.
There's nowhere to tailgate in Oakland, period.
No, like I mean,
you're lucky to get a parking space.
Yeah, like you literally
like
when Pitt was like at its height in like the 70s and 80s, like you literally had to park like miles away and walk to the stadium, walk up Cardiac Hill, to get to the stadium.
Yeah.
Now that's where the Peterson Event Center sits. So parking isn't as bad. 'Cause that's only like 12 or 13,000 people, but still,
people still get bussed in there.
Oh yeah, like
they park off site.
Well, I mean that's what I used to do when I went to Pitt basketball games. I used to park at Soldiers and Sailor Hall, and I would take a bus up to the Pete. They had shuttle service.
It's nuts.
But then after the game, I would walk down.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't fucking with the shuttles. But the nice thing was, by the time I got down there, especially after and when I had Pitt season tickets, this was like the height of Pitt basketball.
Yeah.
Like this is when they were ranked number 1, when they were beating UConn, Big East champs, going to the NCAA tournament. There's like 2 seeds and shit. Like when Pitt basketball was like cooking, and that place was rocking, completely sold out. I would walk down, so by the time I got to my car, everything had cleared out.
Yeah.
It was like a 10-minute walk.
It's a nice walk.
Yeah. By the time I got down there, it had cleared out, and I was able to get out of Oakland with no problem.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to fight traffic through an underground garage,
Yeah.
It was nice.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, so that experience has never been part of like a Pitt tradition.
Right.
Like, I don't care what people say. Like, at Old Pitt Stadium, there was nowhere for you to fucking tailgate.
Yeah. Crazy.
But that's the weird thing. Like, I mean, Pitt is a city college.
Yeah.
Where Penn State, I mean, State College, PA is nothing but Penn State.
Right.
Yeah, that's the huge difference. Like all these other colleges, Morgantown is WVU.
Yeah.
Columbus has some other stuff going on. It's a bigger city because it's also I think it's the capital of Ohio, but yet the main attraction is Ohio State.
Right.
Ann Arbor, Michigan, same thing. Like,
I bet you they tailgate like crazy up in Ann Arbor.
Oh, I can imagine. Like you name any like really really big time college. Oregon, like they're probably the only ones that don't have that experience, because of where they're located is probably like USC and UCLA.
Yeah, maybe.
But like I can't think of any other like.
Well, you think about those other big schools too, like Mississippi State, Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Like those southern schools.
Alabama, Georgia,
tailgating.
Texas. Like, oh yeah. Like the only other school I can think of,
especially Texas.
Yeah. The only other big time school I can think of that suffers from the same problem Pitt does is Miami. And again, it's a city school. They don't have an on campus stadium. Now, I mean, back in the days of the Orange Bowl, they had that place fucking rocking.
Yeah.
And now they play at Hard Rock Stadium, which is well outside of the Miami city limits.
Right.
So like they suffer from that same problem in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, when Pitt first started down there, it was hard to get Pitt students even down there.
Yeah.
And
it was a struggle. Like I wasn't like I am very impressed. Like when we had season tickets, like the Pitt student section was very small. Mm-hmm. It was like a corner.
Yeah.
And now it's that whole end zone now.
Right.
So I am impressed that they have got the student body more and more involved.
Right.
And expanded that section because it used to be really fucking tiny.
Yeah.
It was embarrassing, in all honesty. But now it's like that whole end zone, which is nice.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah.
But yeah, so I see I've already got a nice little lead on you in fantasy football.
Yeah, I was just checking.
Yeah. Yeah, Gabe Davis went off for me.
That's good.
Yeah. That D+ draft of yours already paying dividends.
That's right, baby.
Oh my.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm at a crossroads right now, and I'm not sure who to start. So.
Oh wow.
I'm only at one person that I need to switch, maybe.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I think about this shit all week, so.
Oh, so do I. I'm looking like 2 or 3 times a day at the.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Mulling it over.
I know.
Oh, this guy has a Q next to his name. That can't be good.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll see.
Yeah. So that was I saw this article. I thought this was interesting. That Netflix is contemplating
buying Disney. No.
Yeah. No, abandoning the binge model.
Oh Christ.
Now like it
I understand why, but
well, I've always felt like part of their algorithm is social media.
okay.
Like, because it feels that way. So I've always felt like. So you release Cobra Kai this week, and it got released on Friday. Okay. You may get 2 weeks worth of social media buzz out of this, and then it dies out and goes away. Where the other streaming services who are releasing shows on a weekly basis are getting 10 weeks of interaction.
Right.
12 weeks, whatever the length of their show is.
Right.
They're getting this extended period of interaction because they have an episode every week.
Right.
So, like the analytics model for Netflix, if it is doing what I think it is and measuring social media content like interaction, after 2 weeks when it dies out, it's got to be thinking to itself, well, this isn't a hit.
Well, that also puts pressure on Netflix to keep putting shit out constantly.
Right. Like with rare exceptions, like not the Lion King, the Tiger guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Joe Exotic, whatever that was called. Like when that came on, that was weeks. That was a word of mouth thing that went for weeks of people like, oh fuck, I gotta watch this. Oh fuck, I gotta watch this. Hey, did you watch it? Like, now again, I think I had the glorious timing of COVID.
Yeah.
We were just entering the throes of COVID at the time. People were already fucking bored.
Yeah.
Here's Joe Exotic.
Yeah.
And these shenanigans, and people just ate that shit up for weeks.
Yeah, Squid Game was similar. I think Squid Game came out during COVID as well.
Near the end, though.
Was it near the end?
Yeah. Yeah.
I binged the shit out of Squid Game.
Yeah. But, but Netflix does a good job of, like, hey, this is something you've got to see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they do a really good job of like especially stuff that they really have like that they had high expectations for Squid Game. I think they have Cobra Kai's a big deal. Lost in Space they never promoted as much.
No,
but it did very well. When the next season of Stranger Things comes out, that fucking thing will be everywhere.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they promote the shit out of that. That's a cash cow for them. But and even this year they split the last 2 episodes came out a few weeks later because they wanted to continue the social media interaction.
Yeah.
Keep the buzz going,
right.
So to speak. And I think they're at a point where like, well, how do we keep the buzz going? Well, we need to start releasing on a weekly basis instead of just releasing it all at once.
Mm-hmm.
And the article doesn't get into that. The article is just like, hey, this is something you're contemplating. They're thinking about this. There's no official word.
Right.
But the rumor is,
right,
this is something they're contemplating doing. And so I wonder, like, am I right in my thinking, or you think I'm wrong in my thinking? Like that, like this, like social media is a big component of what their algorithm.
Oh, I think so for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just gives more people on Netflix. I mean, you want the viewership on there.
Right.
So if this extends viewership, then that's a bonus for them. Somebody will find something to watch.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even if it's bad.
Yeah.
They're going to watch it. Versus exiting out, going into something else. You know what I mean?
Right.
So. Anyway.
Yeah. So there was that.
Hocus Pocus is being released again.
I saw that. I figured that probably had your family giddy.
They're pretty excited.
Yeah.
They were saying, like none of the old cast is in it. Well, except for the witches,
Yeah.
But I was like, because they felt that they wanted to go in, a new direction.
Right.
I didn't have a problem with that. I thought that was actually a pretty good move.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, new story. Same witches, new story.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
I've never watched it.
It's okay.
Yeah. It never struck me as something I would get into.
Yeah, I mean, it's Midler,
Yeah. Like, I don't mind Bette Midler. I'm just, like looking at, like, that, like, it's like that thing
I
of,
mean,
like...
it's kind of corny. It's almost Hallmark-ish.
Yeah.
But not really. Yes, how else to describe it? There was also another movie called Halloween Town with Debbie Reynolds that was made.
Yeah.
It was the thing is fucking horrible.
Yeah.
But it's on the same vein, but
Right.
it's just better. I don't know how to...
Like, it's just that thing of, like... It always... Like, I'm not that big into Halloween.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Get out of this house.
Yeah, I know. Like, I mean, there are people who are like, it's September 1st, it's spooky season. I'm like, like Thad fucking, he's got up his like 12-foot tall skeleton now. And I'm like, pump the brakes. It's not spooky season, it's football season. You come to me October 1st.
Yeah.
Like, I'm offended that there's Halloween candy available now. Like, I don't even want to try candy corn until October 1st.
I saw Christmas shit out the other day.
That's even more offensive.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man. That's early.
Yeah, I mean, this type of shit offends me. But, but like Hocus Pocus was always that thing. It was like, I'm just not part of that club.
Yeah.
I respect you if you are in that club. I got no problem with you. Like, but like, I'm just not like with few exceptions. Like, I mean, I think the no-brainer is The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's a fucking amazing. Like, I could watch that with it not being Halloween or Christmas.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's just that good. But I like for the most part, like stuff that's like, maybe, it's Halloween, Charlie Brown. Because I mean, that's like, I got a rock.
The Great Pumpkin.
The Great Pumpkin, yeah. Yeah. I got a rock. Like fucking Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
You sorry sack of shit.
Right.
And stuff like that is like I kind of get into, but like I like for the most part, like I just like I don't search out like Halloween specials.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
I am not into that specials.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Charlie Brown, of course.
Right.
But Halloween to me, I like. That's when I like to watch horror movies.
Right.
I mean, I like to watch horror movies all the time, but
right.
Especially now.
I mean, they obviously they're more likely to be big ones, especially are more likely to be released around that time of the year.
Sure.
The Hellraiser remake on what I think it's Hulu.
Yeah, it's a whole environmental thing too.
Yeah.
It's getting colder. It's windier at night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's like I don't know, Halloween vibes.
Yeah.
Horror vibes.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. It's colder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that shit.
Yeah. Also, the thing I don't like, this is the part of me that's like, there's something wrong with me, but like, I don't like. Okay, God bless that. God bless him. The work he's putting in to decorate for Halloween.
Oh, we do.
I know. Like, that's work. You know what I mean? Like, I had to mow my lawn today, and that just annoyed the fuck out of me.
Yeah, I know, but...
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not somebody, like... Like, Christmas time, like, you people who, like, you hang, like, 1,000,000 fucking lights on your house and shit. Like, that's just... You gotta put that shit up, and you gotta take that shit down.
Yeah, we don't get Griswold with it. But
yeah.
Halloween, we go more for Halloween than we do Christmas.
Right.
But mostly on Halloween, it's just for that night.
Yeah.
It's not like... what am I trying to say? It's not like we put this shit up in, like, now, September.
Right.
All the way till November 6th.
Right.
Our shit goes up usually a week before.
Right.
Sometimes shorter than that. Sometimes day of. Especially, like, if we're putting stuff on the stairs and chairs and this, that, and that all gets done day of.
Right.
And then it comes down.
Right. But, like, I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of people out there who, like...
It's an investment.
It is. I mean, it's both a financial and a time investment that, to me, like, I just have no desire to make.
You would just rather watch Game of Thrones for 4 hours. I mean, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
I know, I get it.
Like, I mean, it's just that's that weird thing of, like... Because people, like, get, like, offended. Like, I mean, I don't decorate for Christmas. I don't want to put up a fucking tree because I have to take that fucking tree back down. Like, there's... I'm not that person. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't know why that is. It's not something my parents instilled in me. I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. It's just, like, to me, like, that's the type of stuff I'm just like, fuck this. I've got better things to do with my time and money.
Yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying.
Right. And I'm not saying I'm right.
I'm not saying
I'm
you're
probably
right
wrong.
or wrong, but what I'm
Right.
saying is, like, if you had kids, you would have a different perspective.
Maybe.
And I'm not trying to be a dick.
Right,
I'm
no.
just saying that when
Right.
you have kids, it's a different
Right.
perspective.
I understand
You
that.
go the route
Right.
of your children's route, not the route that you take.
Right. I get
Does
what
that
you're
make sense?
I understand that, yeah. And you're right. Like, I mean, maybe if I did have kids, like, putting up the tree would be fun or something. I'm just...
Well, it's not actually fun for you, but it's fun for them. That's the difference.
I get...
And you have to make that, like, even if you didn't like it, I mean, there's tons of shit. There's tons of times like that where you have to make that sacrifice.
Right. But, like, the funny thing is, I didn't like doing it as a kid.
No?
Like, I used to hate decorating the tree.
Why?
I don't know. I just wasn't into it. Like, and, like, Big Chuck insisted on playing, like, a Dawn Ho Christmas album. Like, it was like I was just like, let's just get this the fuck over with. Let me just throw some shit on this fucking tree so I can, like, get back to, like, reading.
Yeah.
I have, a video game to play. I got something better to do than fucking decorating this tree, which, oh, by the way, I had to stand outside for 45 minutes while my dad swore at it while he was sawing it and trying to get it to sit straight in the stand.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we insisted on having a real tree.
Yeah.
You know, like, I was like, oh, you know, hold the light straight, you motherfucker. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, I mean, that was the kind of shit I dealt with. So, like, maybe that's why I hated it. You know, but it was just that whole thing of, like, I just want to be done with this. This is not my idea of a good time.
Yeah.
You know, so, like, even as a kid, so, like, I get it. And I'm not saying I'm right. Like I said, like, but, like, you people who, like spend a weekend, like, decorating your house for these holidays. Like, I think you're fucking insane.
Right.
You know, but that's just me.
Right.
And clearly, I'm a different breed of cat.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with it.
I'm not saying there's something wrong with it. I just don't get the.
I mean, it's Halloween 24/7.
Right, but I don't get the desire.
Right.
Like, where does that desire come from for you to say, like, even if I don't have kids, if Fed doesn't have kids, he just wants to do this because he thinks it's fun. Like, where does that desire come from?
I don't know.
Right, because, like, to me, it's not there at all.
I think Susie's the same way.
What is the same way?
Susie?
Who's Susie? Oh, his sister?
His sister, yeah.
No, I think she died. I think she goes all out too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
think she's the same way.
Right. That's what I'm just saying. Like, I just don't understand. It reminds me of those people who like cutting their grass.
Yeah, no, I get it.
You know what I mean? Like, those people who, like, they spend, like, hours on end, like, manicuring their lawn and shaping things and you know, because they want this, like, backyard paradise with mulch and whatever else. And to me, it's just a pain in the ass.
Right.
I just want to mow it and be fucking done with it. I don't want to have to do anything else with it.
Right.
Like, I'm pissed I gotta go buy a pair of, like, you know, fucking shears to, like, you know, cut some shit back.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend time doing that. I don't want to spend the money on the shears. I don't want to spend the time fucking cutting shit back.
Yeah.
Like, but I gotta do it.
Yeah.
You know? So, that's just, like, it's just me, I guess. Like, but I find it interesting, like, people, like, they go all out. Like, starting, like, September 1.
Yeah, but you're also the minority in this.
I understand. I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm not denying that. I'm not, again, I'm not saying I'm right.
Right.
I know I'm probably wrong.
Yeah.
But, like, just, it's this thing of, like, from, like, September to December 31st. Like, the amount of work people put in, like, decorating their homes for holidays fascinates me. Because I'm just like, yeah, I'm watching the extended version of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
You know?
I hear you.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd like to hear your thoughts, people. How wrong am I?
Right.
You know? Because it drives Nancy nuts, too. Because, like, she'll be like, you gonna bring that tree upstairs? Like, no, not really. We gonna do anything with it this year? Last 2 years I brought it up, it just sat there bare.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't.
Like, I ain't bringing it up, you know. Unless you plan on decorating it. So, get just the dick in me,
Yeah. Right.
you know. Well.
Bah humbug to you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, like, it's, like, funny, because, like, I remember last Christmas.
We had to enjoy Christmas at some point in your life.
I enjoy Christmas. Like, I enjoy the get-together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I enjoy getting together with my family and spending time with them.
Yeah.
Like, that's wonderful. I love it. The part that, like, it's, like, and I appreciate the work my mother does in, like, you know, preparing the meal. I love eating Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
You know, Mom's Christmas ham is the fucking shit.
Yeah.
You know, love it. But like it's that odd thing of like everything else that kind of surrounds it. I don't get into.
Okay.
Like if my mother didn't decorate, I wouldn't care.
I see.
You know, like she spends a day like hanging up like wreaths and all the other, they put up the tree. Now, I mean, okay, they have Maya and they have Jordan there, with my sister's kids. So that's part of it. But like, I feel like if Maya and Jordan weren't there, if it was still just me and Tracy, like, and neither, like, why bother putting up a tree, Mom?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, that's the thing that, like, so, like, it's not like I don't want to sit here and say, like, oh, I fucking hate Christmas, because I don't. It's just the trappings around it.
Yeah.
The fellowship with family I enjoy. The meal is amazing. It's just all the other bullshit that surrounds it. Mm-hmm. Like, even the gift giving, like, doesn't bother me. Because, I mean, I'm at the point now where I'm just like, I love you, here's a gift card.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm expecting the same from you.
Yeah.
But so it's like it's just this thing of like everything else around the bullshit of and Halloween falls in this too. Just all that other bullshit is just like unnecessary to me.
Okay.
That's just me. I like to keep it simple.
Right.
You know.
You're not gonna put like a little witch hat on.
No.
Your fucking cat.
No. No. Sabine doesn't need a witch hat.
No.
On Darby.
Oh, fuck.
Little wizard's hat.
No. Yeah. You know what that cat needs is a little derby.
Oh yeah.
Right on the ear.
Yeah.
Right on the side.
That would be awesome.
You gotta get one.
Oh, I gotta go looking for one. You're right. A little derby. With that absolutely serious face of his.
Yes,
it would look awesome.
Miniature derby. Dude.
Yeah.
Like, you just put it under the chin and it just goes right. I always put it on right on the ear.
It would look like right. It looked like something on like Peaky Blinders.
Yes. You gotta get one for the cat. Before he gets too big.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be awesome.
You have to.
Yeah. I want to like be checking Amazon tonight,
You gotta
derbies for cats.
They're only like $8.
Yeah.
You gotta get one.
Oh. The derby for Darby.
That's right. Okay.
That'd be tremendous.
All right.
All right. Anything you'd like to add to the proceedings there, sir?
I'm good.
All right. Well, remember there are a number of different ways you can reach out and touch us.
Hey.
You can send us an email, like Thad does every week. We don't read it because it normally has nothing to pertain to the show. That email address is pittsburghnerd@yahoo.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter. Just search Pittsburgh Nerd Podcast. We're really easy to find. Also, we are on a number of podcasting networks. You can find us on the Tangent Bound Network, the Weeby Geeks Network, and the Pod Breed Network. Just give them a Google search and you can find all the other great podcasts they have to offer. And lastly, as always, I want to thank you, dear listener, for taking the time to check us out each and every week. I know I can't thank you enough, and neither can Ian, for taking the time to enjoy our hijinks and or shenanigans, whichever you prefer.
Correct.
And on that note, the dreamer has awakened.
Peace.